Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again in another reading. This time it's going to be on Britney Spears. So if you haven't seen my last Britney reading, I'll put a link to it up here. It's been like 3 months since I've read The Queen of Pop. Britney's birthday just passed, December 2nd. And she posted her sister, Jamie Lynn, on her Instagram instead of herself for her birthday, and saying that she loved her sister still. So, and everyone's confused because they were like enemies not too long ago. If you haven't seen my reading on Britney and Jamie Lynn, I'll put a link to that up here too if I remember. So I had said that at some point I do think they'll reconnect. I mean, they're sisters. Like, it's going to be a complicated relationship, but a lot of people are convinced that she's not really free. And that something is going on. She's being nice to her family. They think someone else is posting on her account. Apparently she bought a new house, but she doesn't film any of her videos from her new house, and they don't see her living in her new house. But apparently people are saying allegedly Sam Asghari posts in the new house. So they're wondering if they're old videos and what's going on. So I'm going to do a reading to see if Britney is actually really free or what's going on. Remember, these readings are all alleged for interpreters only, and let's get started. Okay. So first of all, I kind of want to just pull one card real quick for Britney's energy and then kind of go from there. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is about good luck and opportunity. It's also about risks worth taking. Interesting that that's what she showed up as. She's not afraid to make bold moves. I do think a bold move is coming, or a risky move is coming. I don't know in which capacity that will be, but I do see her taking a weird, like, giant leap of faith. The Wheel of Fortune is a huge risk. I mean, I guess her posting about her sister could be considered a risk, but that also could be the book, because maybe we'll get information on the book soon and when it's coming out or something about the book, because the Wheel of Fortune is like a golden opportunity, which could be her sitting on the book. Unless it's an album. It's hard to figure out where that's coming from because we don't really know what she's doing, but she's sitting on something. So the Wheel of Fortune means she's sitting on something. This to me is like if Beyonce was sitting on an album about to drop a surprise album, or if Britney was sitting on a gold mine of like her book or something, and maybe there's something to do with that. Like there's her sitting on a gold mine, so I don't know how that's going to translate. Okay. There it is. So, when it comes to her family, the Ten of Cups is family. It's also happily ever after. The Lover's card's reversed and the King of Wands. I do think that there have been discussions, or if there hasn't been, there will be with her. And I think it's probably going to be Jamie Lynn, maybe, or her brother. I don't know. There's some sort of conversation, maybe with the siblings, that either happened or will happen. I do see that as Britney not wanting to cause problems anymore, quote unquote. Meaning like what's the word? She's trying to keep the peace. So Britney constantly back and forth. She's always back and forth between being rebellious and getting frustrated and saying something and lashing out, Sagittarian energy, King of Wands reverse, and keeping the peace and wanting everyone to be happy. So I do think she's still bouncing back and forth between that. I think that Britney's very hot and cold with her situation. I think there are days when she misses her sister, and then I think there are days where she can't stand her sister because of what happened. So I think that's what we're experiencing with all of this. I think that this is something that has been a thing with Britney for forever. I don't think that this is something that is new, like post-conservatorship new. I think that the Spears family as a whole has had a dynamic like this. I don't think it's just Britney. I think it's Jamie Lynn. I think it's Brian. I think it's all of them. They're very hot and cold like this with each other, and it's because of the messed up family dynamic. I think that they like to point the finger and say that Britney's like, oh, she's unpredictable, and her feelings are like bipolar feelings, and she's hot and cold all the time. But I think it's just complicated because some days she gets really upset and triggered, and other days she's just like, let me just keep the peace because I've always had to keep the peace. So I think it's just Britney's conditioning basically over the years with her family that we're experiencing. It's confusing to us because we're not a part of a dysfunctional family dynamic. But if you were a part of the dysfunctional family dynamic, you would understand it. Because we're not, right? We think this behavior is abnormal because it is, but we're not conditioned inside of that family to think that abnormal behavior is normal. So that's what this is. I don't think there's like a crazy, nefarious reason for this. I think it's literally Britney and their dysfunctional dynamic that they've had. Yeah, this is like, I don't want to fight. Let's keep the peace. The Magician is reversed. I won't post this. I won't post that. I don't know if she's talked. I know she posted her children. She posted a picture of both of the boys on her birthday and then deleted Preston but left Jade and James. So I don't know if Preston asked her to post it, like remove it or what's up with that. But I do think with the King of Cups, I do think there is some sort of discussion about, there seems to be a discussion about her social media. Magician, to me, with the Page of Swords, is about inciting, hate or whatever. It does look like there's a frustration that Britney's having because she wants to be able to speak her truth, but at the same time, I think there's a part of her that's frustrated that if I speak my truth, people will attack my children or attack my family to the point where it makes it even worse for me. I think she's trying to find the line between where she can say what she wants to say without having her fans do her work, her dirty work for her, if that makes sense. Because Britney is the type of person where she's real. So Britney's just like, this is how I feel, I'm posting it. But there's, it's hard when you're posting that and then all the fans are jumping in and doing all this. And I think Britney's struggling with that sort of dichotomy of like, what can I post and what can I say while making sure that my fans don't jump on the bandwagon and make it worse, if that makes sense. Because in Britney's mind, I'm just saying and speaking my mind like I need to, but there's additional energy attached to it from the fans and stuff. The Sun is reversed, the Seven of Wands is reversed, the Knight of Wands. Who is she mad at? I don't have to prove myself. I don't want you to see me. Knight of Wands. I see that as a protest. I see her almost like protesting something. I don't want you to see me. I don't want you. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm about to get emotional. I just heard. The Sun is happiness. The Knight of Wands is rebelliousness, and the Seven of Wands, I have to prove myself. I don't want you to see me happy because you don't deserve to see me happy. That's exactly what that is. It's a protest. I don't think that's just her family. I think that's the public as well. Why should the public see me happy when everyone allowed me to be unhappy for 15 years or whatever the conservatorship was? You want to know why you're not seeing her? It's a protest. Now, sure, maybe there's someone controlling some aspect. I don't know. I don't see it here, but it doesn't mean it's not 100% there, so don't come for me. But Britney is very, very, very angry. Why should you see me happy? That's exactly what this is, by the way. I don't want to share anything. The Moon is reversed. I don't want to share anything. I don't want to share my secrets because when I share my secrets, the Four of Swords happens. Rejection, healing of wounds, Devil card, betrayal. The Devil card is also negativity, toxicity. I also think the miscarriage really, like the response to the miscarriage, I think really affected her. There are subliminals in the stuff that she's posting, though. So that's one thing I will say. And again, I'm not saying that she's whatever. I'm not going to go through this. Anyways, take it as you will. The Moon reversed and the Devil card with the Four of Swords, I definitely think she's leaving Easter eggs and stuff. That's like hidden secrets. It reminds me of Taylor Swift that puts secrets in her music and stuff, like the Easter eggs. So I definitely do think there's Easter eggs in her posts and stuff. I don't think that people are getting the intention correctly. I think they're noticing them, but they're not getting the intention of her subliminals correctly, and they're not figuring out what she's posting. Britney used to do this on her website long ago before the conservatorship, but I see her posting things subliminally and people sort of picking up on it, but then misconstruing it to be like, oh, she's controlled, when I think she's really just pointing the finger at certain things. Because the moon reverse and the Four Swords is like, I'm showing you something and I'm pointing you in a direction, and I'm have hidden Easter eggs about stuff that's going on in my life and stuff that's happening in my pictures and posts, but you're not getting what it is. So I don't know if I would necessarily say that I think that those are like, I'm not controlled. I think it's more along the lines of, pay attention and maybe you'll see. It's rebelliousness. Everything she does is rebelliousness. Why am I going to spoon feed you and tell you what's going on? If you really care about me, like you say you care about me, you'll notice this. You'll see this if you truly care. Because she feels like no one cared about her for 15 years. So there's a rebellious nature in her that's like, okay, show me, prove to me that you care. Excuse me, it's the truth. Prove to me that you care. See if you notice it. The Page of Wands upright, the Five of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. I don't know. I think she might post a video of her crying or something soon, or like maybe her angry. There's like an emotionally expressive video or something coming, I feel like. I think there's a video coming. I see her posting a video soon saying something, the Page of Wands. Because that reminds me of like when celebrities join TikTok, they upload a TikTok and it's just like them saying something. Like it just... it reminds me of when Lindsay Lohan joined TikTok for the first time and then it went viral because she said Lindsay Lohan. Like it just... the Page of Wands, like I just see her mic drop moment. Like I see her saying something. But it's going to piss people off. Because I see her saying something soon, speaking something. Page of Wands, speaking my truth, saying something. And it's very blunt. Okay, Three of Pentacles is work. Queen of Swords is reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles. You want to know what it is? I'm going to be honest. Britney has been a workhorse her whole life. All she's ever known is work. Britney is restless and kind of lost without work. The Queen of Swords is reversed here. So she's just kind of like bored. Like I just think there's a part of her that's like, she's enjoying her freedom, don't get me wrong, and she's been free for like a year now, but I think a part of her is kind of just like, work has been all I've ever known, and like I think she's slowly starting to realize that some semblance of work keeps her mind at ease. So I do think that we're going to start seeing come next year her put a little bit more time and effort into work. I'd be shocked if she didn't start to flirt with the studio a little bit here, like the idea of going to the studio, making music again, because it just seems to me like there's a part of her that really feels like work keeps me stable. And even though, money. Even though, like, you know, I have a lot of hang-ups about it, I think she's starting to realize that work is very therapeutic for her. Now, I don't know if she's going to be on a world tour. I mean, we do know she still wants to have a baby and get pregnant and stuff, but I do think that there's a semblance of creativity here that needs to be expressed. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. I think that when it comes to Britney, I think that there's a lot of people telling her what to do. Oh, interview for this person, get paid this amount. Oh, do this, do that. And I think Britney is just going to get to that point again where she's going to say something. I think she's going to drop something soon or do something that like is going to shock people again. I think there's another mic drop coming. I feel it. Because for her, it's like, I don't give a fuck about the money. I need to say what I need to say. I think that she's been very quiet about certain things because I think that she's expecting there to be legal repercussions. But with the Five of Swords reversed, the Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Ace of Cups, for me, I genuinely don't know how well the investigations, whatever they're doing, if that's even happening, is going to go. Because, like, to me, the legal aspect of the conservatorship, I see an issue with that, like an issue with justice being delivered there. And I think that might set her off. And I think that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back to where she's like, fuck this. Because I think she's been playing it a little bit quiet because of that. But I think that there's a lot of things that are not going to really go the way that we want them to go with the alleged legal repercussions. The only thing I will say is there's money. The Page of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Swords reversed, the Ace of Cups. Money was handed to someone it shouldn't have been handed to. That is something that I definitely see has the potential to be legally investigated, I guess, or legal issue. Yeah, it's a handoff of money to someone. Ace of Cups is a person, someone they're connected to, or could be someone you have a relationship with, or just someone you're close to. The Five of Swords means that it changed hands, because that's like issues with details, and the Page of Pentacles is the money. So it's issues with details and issues with the changing of hands. I see that as like money going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So there seems to be some sort of issue with money going back and forth. That to me is where the legal repercussions can come into play. Everything else though, I don't know. It's going to be hard, and I think that's why Britney's pissed. People need to check the money trail here. That's the way. That's the legal way in. Allegedly for interpreters only. Britney doesn't know something, and someone is going to tell her. Star, Knight of Swords, Three of Swords. Someone's flipping. Someone is flipping from, I wouldn't say anti-Britney, but someone's flipping from like distancing to being pro Britney soon. Star, Knight of Swords, Three of Swords. Someone I had a heartbreak with or some sort of frustration with. The Star is about giving me attention and information, and that's also Britney. And the Knight of Swords is pure intentions. And okay. Yep, Two of Wands. I fought with this person. Oh my God, I was lied to. Yes, Daddy lied to us. Emperor reverse. I think it's Jamie Lynn. If it's not Jamie Lynn, then it's definitely somebody that Jamie Spears allegedly lied to them about. Because the Emperor here is Jamie. The King of Pentacles is also Jamie. That's who is in control. And the Two of Wands is the friction. So this is either Jamie Lynn switching to pro Britney, telling Britney something that she didn't know that Jamie was told, or it's someone else. It doesn't have to be Jamie, so don't come for me if it's not Jamie. But it's definitely someone that was told one thing, but is going to find out when they compare notes with Britney that they were lied to, and these two were pit against each other. That's why I think it's Jamie, but it could be somebody else. And I think they're going to give information to Britney to set her off and be able to get something she's wanted. So some sort of information or maybe some sort of legal thing, because it does look like this person has made a mistake and stepped in shit without realizing it. And I'm not saying they're completely innocent, but I don't think they realized what was actually going on, because I think the lies extend further than just Britney. I don't think Britney's the only one that was lied to consistently over years. Page of Cups is reversed. Four of Wands, that's like a home and family. Knight of Cups, yeah, this is the dysfunctional family dynamic again, which makes me think this is Jamie's doing, allegedly for interpreters only. Again, Sam isn't here. Every freaking time I read Britney, Sam is barely in here. I really don't think he has as big of an impact as everyone would like to believe. He reads as a himbo to me. Again, I'm sorry if I'm not giving you enough information about him, but he's just not here, so I can't. I mean, I guess I could try to figure out their dynamic. I'll do that. But like, he's not showing up, which means currently not the focal point. The World is upright, the Eight of Pentacles reversed, and the Hermit's reversed. Dude, why should I put effort into contributing to the world when they didn't care about me? It's the same thing. Britney, you're not seeing Britney because she's mad. You didn't care about her before, so why should you care about her now? And that's not to say something else isn't going on, but I think that that's her mindset regardless. Okay, I'm going to look at Britney and Sam, and then I'm going to pull from the Britney deck and leave it at that, because I do want to use the Britney deck, because I have a Britney deck, so I do want to use that for the Britney reading. Oh, shit, the Two of Swords flew out. Okay, the Two of Swords. Sam, Britney, she wants a family. Well, I don't think that they have a happily ever after. I do think they fight a lot, to be honest. I do think they fight. I mean, every relationship fights. But Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is a separation between the two of them. I mean, you could read that as a breakup, but since she showed up as the Ten of Cups and he showed up as the King of Cups, I do think that he's a Pisces, isn't he? King of Cups. I mean, he does love her. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that he doesn't love her. And she wants a family, and she wants a family with him. So maybe you could read that as a breakup, and it's possible. I don't know if they're there yet, to be honest, but whatever. My point being, her being unhappy is because I think she wants a baby really bad. And the Two of Swords, are they living separate? Do they live together? The reason why I'm shocked that the Two of Swords is there is that I know that she has two houses, and everyone's wondering why she's in her house, and everyone's wondering why he films in the new house allegedly, and she only films in her house. And people did question if they're living separate, and the Two of Swords could indicate that they're living separate. But if they are living separate, it's not his choice. If that's what that means, that would not be his choice. That would be her choice. Or at least a joint decision. Maybe she likes her space. Is it possible that Britney just likes her space? Let me pull from the Britney deck. I'm wondering if Britney prefers to go back and forth between the houses or something. The Two of Swords. Are they living separate? The Living Legend. Okay, so that's about her being proud of her legacy. The Femme Fatale. She's a lot more in control than you think. The Snake Charmer. I just don't know if I see... The Rebel. I just see this as her being non-conventional. I don't think Britney knows what she wants. And you know what? I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think Britney actually knows what she wants. I think she's back and forth with a lot of things in her life. I think she's back and forth with how she feels about her family. I think she's back and forth with how she feels about the public. I think she's back and forth with her relationship. I think she's back and forth with what she wants from a relationship. I think she's back and forth between whether she wants him around or not. I really feel like Britney is constantly back and forth. It's 1 minute I want you with me, the other minute I want you away. 1 minute I want you here, 1 minute I want this, the other thing I think she's just indecisive, all over the place, and impulsive. I mean, when you've been fucking robbed of your entire youth and then controlled your entire career, but then massively controlled for 15 years, you're probably going to lose yourself, not really know who you are or what you want. That's where she's at. So I think that Britney's kind of all over the place in what she's wanting and expecting. The Dancer, and then the Lucky Star. She likes to just dance in her room by herself, y'all. She cries in her lonely heart thinking. I think she likes to be alone sometimes. I think Britney just likes to be alone sometimes. I know, listen, I'm not saying that there aren't people doing things to try to push her to be something or controlling some aspects of the Instagram or whatever. I'm sure there's some level of kickback and fight that's going on right now, because even though she's free, she's always going to be battling for control. I get that. But you can, I don't think people understand that Britney is just as confused as you are and trying to figure it out and navigate it. And I don't think this girl's spirit is broken. You expect someone with a broken spirit to be able to figure it out. You expect someone with a broken spirit to be able to like want a like normal dynamic in a relationship. Like that's not somebody who has been betrayed by people who said they love her. You think she's not going to have trauma? You think that her relationship is just going to be completely smooth when she literally has had everyone she's ever loved betray her? Like, you think that, like, she's just going to be able to be, like, have, like, a normal relationship and not freak out or anything like that? There's no way. And I also think that she said that she, like, struggles to believe in God, and that was so important to her before. So you think someone that's saying things like that is really going to just be like, I'm going to get married and live happily ever after and have my baby and just be happy and write my book and then perform on a world tour? No. She's damaged and working through it. And I think that she's questioning everything in her life and where she wants to be in life and what she wants and who she wants in it and how she wants to be. That's probably why they got married. That's literally probably why she got married. The strong woman. I think that's why she got married. If I get married, will I feel happy again? Will I feel love again? I don't know how to feel love. I'm jaded and I don't know how to feel love anymore. If I get married, will I feel that love again? Or is it gone forever? And then when she got married, I think a part of her is like, why am I still feeling the way I felt before I got married? Why did that not change anything? You got to remember, she used to be a very traditional person and now it's not working for her. I mean, then you add on the fact that she had a miscarriage and she's really struggling with her faith now. And then the strong woman tells me, she's like, I don't need anybody. I don't need somebody. Like, I can do things on my own and I am independent. This is very complicated. Britney's extremely complicated. You guys are just scratching the surface of what's going on and how she's struggling with her life. You know, she's not figuring this out easily and quickly. I really just have a hard time believing that Britney isn't, a lot of the decisions that are being made, I'm not saying Britney's making everything 100% her own, don't get me started, but I do think that I don't think people are really trying to figure out what Britney's motives could be. Yes, there could be horrible, malicious reasonings, but think about it for a second logically, okay, as I literally do a tarot reading, which is like literally illogical. But think about it logically, right? This woman has been through so much. Think about anybody in your life that's been through a lot of stuff, okay? It's probably nowhere close to what she's gone through in her lifetime. Aren't you going to be a little bit struggling at some point and probably all over the place and probably hard to sort of understand? Right? I mean, think about people who get in relationships with narcissists, right? They're never perfect right after they break up with a narcissist. They have to unlearn the behaviors they learned, right? To cope. It's been a year, y'all, since the breaking of the fucking conservatorship. She's still unlearning. And that's going to affect every relationship she has. I also think this is why she keeps posting and unposting and deleting and reposting. Because one minute I feel this way, the next minute I don't, I delete it. Then one minute I feel this way, the next minute I don't. I think that's why she keeps bringing up people. I think that's why she keeps posting things like Selena Gomez and stuff. Because she's like back and forth with stuff. Yes, the masterpiece. Yes. So the masterpiece makes me think of like, obviously it's Blackout, but that makes me think of the time period in which she was in and where she was in her darkest energy but created her best body of work. And I think that people aren't really realizing that their dark energy is something that she's going to use to empower herself. And she's still in that dark energy. It's still a part of her. It's your shadow side, and you have to be comfortable with your shadow side. So yeah, that's kind of what I see for Britney. I don't know if this helped at all. I really don't know. Might have to do another one. But happy birthday to Britney. And I don't think that the answer is as simple as everything I've seen here. I think there's more complex stuff that's going on that I'm not picking up on. But I also don't think it's as simple as you guys think. So yeah. If you like that tip, there's links to my PayPal down below. It's button to it's a heart. It says thanks. You can money directly. Follow me Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Antphrodite. I do stream live on all those platforms, and that is where you can get a reading. Until next time, bye.